Well, I've been hairdressing for many, many years, probably 5 decades. I've been green-minded and non-animal testing for many, many years. And there was a particular cosmetic company that I used a lot of their products, and there was no guarantee that they weren't animal testing. So to come up with a product like Naturalmente that has no petrochemicals in them, and the philosophy behind the company is what really grabbed me to this company. I mean, it's not just the packaging as such, you know, besides the package being made of maize, and I have done this, I have taken the top off and put this in my compost heap, and it definitely does biodegrade without a question of a doubt. The most interesting thing for me is going beyond the product, going right from the beginning, where they source the products from. And the products are sourced, they will only source their ingredients from a country where there is no soil depletion. So they won't buy the lavender from Kenya, and Kenya is a huge flower grower for the European market. So they will only source their products from where the product is originally meant to be grown from. So there's no depletion of the soil coming down to what I can do with the product. Initially, I found the colouring of the Naturalmente not a difficult one, but another educational learn for me. And I think being in the industry for 5 decades, it's nice to get a bit more input. You know, a lot of hairdressers are really, really lazy as regards to ongoing education. And I think I've been at the top of my game for the last 30 years, purely because it's re-educating myself all the time and finding better products to use. The other interesting thing I find is that my clients are so more aware than the hairdressers are of what ingredients go into the products. And even before I took the Naturalmente range, people would pick the bottle up and read what ingredients are in there. So I do have concerned clients, and it's sad to think that clients are more product aware of what ingredients go into the product than what the hairdresser is. I'm not a discount hairdresser. I'm not interested in buying 3 products for 1. I'm not interested in something that's tested on animals. I'm interested in what goes down my drain. And I think that when a product comes out with the ethics that is behind the company, I support it wholeheartedly. The performance of the product, as far as I can see with Naturalmente, particularly the tint range, I'm in love with only tinting with 8-Vol. Covering using an 8-Vol to cover grey hair, for me is just superb. I do not want an opaque finish on the hair, I want an iridescent finish on the hair. And, you know, even with the guys, more so maybe than my female clientele, but one doesn't want one brown colour on the hair. You want some nuances in that hair, and you want some reflection in that hair. And Naturalmente gives me all of that. I love that it doesn't smell, number one. I love the application of it. It's an easy application. It slides onto the hair. I don't, you know, a lot of organic-based products, you either have to really stipple the product onto the hair to get it to adhere to the cuticle layer. Naturalmente, you know, it's just an easy product to work with. It really, really is easy. Colour correction, pre-pigging the hair is just incredible. And also for clients that do get a bit of fade off, obviously if you're moving from another colour system to Naturalmente colour system, you will get fading. But until you get Naturalmente 100% from roots through the cold shaft down to the ends, you are going to get colour fading using another manufacturer's products. Well, by pre-pigging it for me, keeping that colour on that hair the whole time. And what is so lovely about Naturalmente is that they're not selling me a silver shampoo or a violet shampoo. I can be a real alchemist. I can actually mix colours together and get the true colour that I want. Whether it's just a few drops into the normal shampoo to take home, or whether it's full colour defense applying directly onto the hair to really put more colour molecules onto that hair shaft. Well, I think the experience of Naturalmente in the salon, the biggest one is no chemical smell in the air. You don't come into my studio and smell chemicals in the air, I think it's a fairly fresh environment to be in. Look, my studio is double volume, so the smell does go up. I have 2 double French windows in the studio, which we open obviously in the summer. But I think noticeably no chemical smell, and not that hairdressing smell when you walk into the studio. I think that's the main benefit as such, as an environment to work in. But at the moment there is nothing on the market at all that compares to Naturalmente worldwide. I'm talking about now. I mean, from the application of the colour, which is so easy to do, through to using mineral salts through the hair after the colour, closing the cuticle layer down, impacting shine on the hair. It's just incredible, just incredible. I must say that the first thing moving over to Naturalmente, I was a bit scared, because I knew perfectly well that if I went to the cupboard and I wanted a client to be a warm brown, using somebody else's products, I knew exactly what to pick up and put on the hair. But it was re-education of myself, or re-educating myself, and getting the product under my belt. I think we're all a little bit frightened of changes as such, but we're in a fashion industry. What I'm doing today is not going to be what I'm going to be doing next year necessarily. Hairstyles change, colours change, fashion comes, fashion goes, and I think the products you're using in the salon, you need to upgrade all the time and keep your ongoing education going. I must say I've been using Naturalmente now for probably 18 months, 2 years, and it's not tricky, but it's just re-education. One has to remember that you're working with an oil-based product, so removing the colour from the hair is not dodgy, but there's a correct way to doing it. Obviously you can't just put the client in the basin, apply water to it and expect oil and water to mix, because it won't. We have to gently emulsify the hair off with a shampoo, adding water gently to remove the colour from the hair. The main benefit for me is the condition of the hair afterwards, and just the fabulous fashion colours I get from it. Not just basic colour, but real fashion tones I get from it as well. It's a complete range.